Alright, what's up guys? So we're watching another late night reaction, and today we're watching the most disturbing crimes that happen in VR chat community. Now, me personally, I don't really be into that VR shit because I'm not saying that they all weird, but like there are some skeptical, questionable people. But hey, if you rock with it, you rock with it. It's cool. But yeah, so basically a disturbing crimes, I guess I'm assuming like a person faking their age, a fucking, a grown ass man pretending to be a kid to talk to kids and shit like that. I'm not surprised, bro. Let's get into the video.
He has touched me inappropriately.
He was
What are we talking about? We see this is what I'm talking about. Like weird niggas like this.
cuddling with this 13-year-old boy
Grown ass man, by the
and
way.
licking his face.
Although just a virtual place to meet, VRChat hosts the most disturbing individuals you'll ever
Yeah.
encounter. This video will cover the worst of the worst, starting with in early
Wait. What does it say? Case one, the intellectual predator.
2024,
What?
a user by
This nigga's intellectual with being a predator? Oh nah.
the name of Cosmo is seen hanging around in a VRChat world called
Whoa.
Furry Talk and Chill, a place where people gather and interact over their shared interests in human-like animal avatars. Everything seems fine until a user known as an extremely racist and twisted individual
Always those weird niggas. I'm not gonna say who, but always those niggas that wanna just wanna make everything weird.
shows up and drags Cosmo into a rabbit hole far more disturbing than anyone could ever imagine.
The white race is the only race capable
Niggas like this just make me mad. Like, bro, you know that one nigga that just died, Hulk Hogan? He'd be good friends with this guy.
of generating children that can learn everything fast enough to actually generate and create heaven.
Kitsune Cell, also known
I'm
as
sorry, I gotta hear that shit
Actually
again.
generate and
I gotta hear that one more time what he just said.
race capable of generating children that can learn everything fast enough to actually generate and create heaven.
I wonder if he actually believes that dumb shit, because that's some questionable mental illness that you gotta check out, because that's insane to me.
Kitsune Cell, also known as Richard, is a 34-year-old man set
34-year-old grown-ass man that be making videos about racism and talking to little-ass kids to tell them about, oh, if you ain't right, if you ain't white, it ain't right. You know, this like someone saying this nigga got cat ears. He looks like first of all, he looks like a that English teacher. He looks like an English teacher I know about, but I hate niggas like this.
to be living in Washington. At first glance,
Oh. Oh no.
Cell already doesn't really fit in
Oh
within the
no.
likes of an
Is he yo?
ordinary person.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying that all VR chats is like this, but I just can't get into this shit because of this. Like this.
At all. He's a self-proclaimed furry who also likes to act like the smartest person that's ever existed.
When I was in elementary school, I studied every single science: math, programming, medicine, engineering, and electrical engineering.
Okay, elementary school. My nigga, you could have said high school. Like, bro, okay, everyone probably learned about fucking stuff in elementary school or some shit. You say high school or something. Like, I learned some crazy science stuff, you know, for college and stuff like that. No one gives a fuck about elementary, nigga. Everyone was playing shit. Like, you be that one smart kid in elementary. Nigga, no one cares about that. Just go outside and play recess. Damn. Got 30 minutes to, like, take a break.
And I figured out that the afterlife is physically measurable, derivable using science, and the only physical way to make it good is for everyone to become as intelligent as I am specifically.
And he
You're a grown-ass man on VR chat, bro. Go do a fucking... Get a job application. I know you live in your mom's basement.
also has 2 Twitter accounts.
Of course he does. Okay, sell NFW. So yeah, I'm assuming he posts 18 plus content, and he probably posts some crazy stuff like on the comments saying some crazy racist shit.
One of which he uses to post explicit images of
Yep.
human-like animal characters. But while things already look off on the surface, many of his victims would later realize that Cell is someone everyone should have stayed away from.
Yeah.
Although Cell seems like a strange but harmless person, it doesn't take long before it causes
First of all, if he's saying something about, once again, the racist thing, like, I'm pretty sure he's not harmless. I mean, like, that should have been the first strike. Like, I don't care what nobody say. It should not be an excuse or anything to be given, like, just be saying some crazy shit. Like, you're a 34-year-old man. He has no excuse. I can understand if he was like 17, 18, you know, just coming into an adult. Nigga's 34, bro. He has no excuse to be talking like this.
Cosmo starts to see his true colors.
Nigga just licked me.
At first, the conversation feels normal. There's
Oh,
just a
no.
normal back and forth. But over time, Cell actually starts saying,
You know what that nigga look like, low key? Like that, you know, the vegan teacher, the one. What happened to her, low key? I don't remember I remember she made that crazy shit with the black girl, and like it was some like art thing that she did. It was some crazy shit. But that nigga looks like the male version of the vegan teacher.
more and more disturbing things. Cosmo doesn't catch on at first, but eventually it becomes clear that the friendly act was all just a facade. Your hole is exactly length from your sigmoid. You want
So you sound.
from you? Okay. Also, everyone wants that. Even me, who was extremely against that act. Because it seemed to me like it was stupid that men couldn't just not be gay.
What is wrong with this nigga?
So you would. I would. But you know I'm 16, right? That makes you less rotten. You're supposed to be single at 14. This is just one of their conversations. And Cell would also randomly send Discord messages.
So that makes you less rotten. You're supposed to be sexual around that age. That's what you're saying. Is read that as low key. I feel like YouTube should not bleep these words out to address a weirdo, because yeah, it might sound wrong and crazy and stuff like that. But once again, this is literally this is what the world should be hearing, because they're bleeping out the true actions of this weirdo. That's why I feel like YouTube shouldn't bleep those words out. But YouTube is YouTube, so I guess.
Just to Cosmo from his main
Oh, he just looks like a weirdo though.
account, making it obvious how openly racist he is. Feeling like murder. And Mexicans and Russians and have been annoying me all day. They're trying to make worse, as they always do.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, why do you, like, you know, you lose. I feel like when he loses an argument, he just goes to saying the fucking hard R or some shit, bro. What's that one quote? Niggas always want to be us, but they don't want to be us. That made sense in my head, but I feel like y'all don't let it drift around you. Niggas want to be you, but they don't want to be you. If you get what I'm trying to say.
No reason for any of them to live. At some point, Cell actually tells Cosmo that he's 24. Cosmo, who's only 16 at the time, believes him. And sometime after, Cell decides to send a photo of himself.
That's still not okay. Even if he is 24 and you're sick, that's a fucking wild age gap. That's insane.
With absolutely nothing on him at all. And Cosmo wouldn't be the only victim.
I just stood up and looked at myself in the mirror and didn't move. I just didn't move an inch, and he just basically just me, and that was it.
What?
Soon after, Cell would also talk to Fluffy, and they would actually develop a relationship that was way deeper. The two were actually dating. So are you. Anyways, good night, master. Good night, my love. See you tomorrow. Love you. Yes, I'll see you later.
I'm sorry, I can't do this shit. I can't say I love you, good night kisses on Discord, bro. That's insane.
Babe, kisses. I love you. I love you too. Sorry for not responding this late. I was watching YouTube. Pain. Disgusted by the existence of even one guy. Fluffy only decided to reveal his messages to the public on his 14th birthday, which means every single one of them was sent when he was still a year younger. And creepily
so
enough,
he was 13?
this isn't the worst part of what Cell had been saying to Fluffy at the time. When asked about how young of a person Cell would go for, this is his response. How young would you go, if I'm allowed to ask though? I need the youngest available. They need to be attached to our group as closely as physically possible. Would even 7 be okay? Yes. And even after that, Cell just keeps going, forcing his twisted ideas onto anyone he talks to.
Yo, lock
And
this
in
nigga
one
up,
conversation
please,
that
immediately.
Fluffy points out, which I'm not gonna fully show, Cell says one of the most messed up things a human could ever say. The only physical way to a female is to rape her. No female would ever agree to birth a child. But that's not all that he's capable of doing. He would later be seen having a minor believed to be 8 years old in his VR world. The same world where he's seen caressing other people as well, who are most likely not of age.
Hi, friend.
Hey, Gigmar.
Oh, shit.
Yo, you're
This
sick.
one's like 8 years old. Nah, no way.
Among the people Cell
You're
targeted,
sick,
one in
bro.
particular stands out though. Someone we'll call Mittens. He claims that Cell exploited him for over a year and even shares what Cell looked like back when he was younger compared to how he looks now at 34. In FFI's video, he even talks about the time he
I think it didn't get bullied enough in high school. I'm sorry.
caught Cell doing unspeakable things to a boy on VRChat.
He was cuddling with this 13-year-old boy and like licking his face and doing with him, and I was just there watching, and it was horrible. And eventually the boy left and he was like,
Okay, I understand you was watching, but like you didn't try to like stop him, say, hey, weirdo. Maybe he did try to stop, but then again, it's still VRChat. You can't really just stop unless you get kicked from the server or some shit. So I'm assuming he tried to. I'm assuming if he would have said something, he probably got kicked from the server or something. So he probably did say something. He got kicked from the server or some shit.
like, it takes a long time to get these monkeys to listen to you and get the
What did I do?
on the floor and let me them.
And when Cell gets into a conversation about what age is the right age to safely reproduce, he says this without hesitation.
So the younger they are, the better the quality?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fortunately, his VRChat account will later get banned in
Good.
late August of 2024. But
Good.
even with all of these warnings, life
And it's sad how recent this is. This is fucking sick.
goes at him. The first thing he
I'm telling you, 2024 was like the Catch a Predator fucking the trilogy. It was like an arc, catching predators and beating the shit out of them.
does right after is just make another account, which is called DevX, the
Oh,
same name
God.
used on Discord in those earlier conversations. However, on September 12th, 2024, someone named Ben, who's 15 years old, also comes forward and talks about meeting Cell in July through
Like,
an
come
unknown
on, bro.
account called Megathon. And it's actually confirmed to be Cell's account after he tells Ben to add him on his DevX account. And the conversation, like almost every other one, would end up escalating to a point where Cell would ask Ben for pictures of himself.
Are you
and they
serious?
would also do unspeakable things on VRChat.
He has touched me inappropriately, well, in VR obviously, and has tried to do, well, he has done the with me.
Months actually passed
And the thing is, you hear his voice, that sounds like a kid, and he's still okay. Once again, he did say Cosmo, whatever the fucking name is, said it was okay to be doing that weird shit. Like, he did not care whatsoever. I don't think his name was Cosmo. I think that was the other victim's name, but whatever his name was, he was okay with doing it. That's so crazy.
by after all of this, and there aren't any news about Cell since, until this happens. On June 1st, 2025,
Oh, that's
a clip of
That's hella recent. That is hella recent.
Cell talking to VRChat users
That's like last month.
gets posted on YouTube, where he now goes by his new account name, Cell Fox, and he says this.
Made 6-year-olds their religion. Their actual religion in the United States is having sex with 6-year-olds. So younger than 6 is advised.
Now, there are rumors about the police being alerted about him, considering that his identity is documented on the internet to such a detail, but actually arresting him will probably be a difficult task to do, which wasn't the case for our next VRChat user.
I just wish that like people like this, like, or weirdos on the internet, could get the same type of like ritual as people IRL, because like these niggas still gotta like go to jail somehow, somewhere. Cause you just letting a predator talk on the internet and touching kids and stuff like that on the internet scot free, and they can do whatever they want. And it's been like that for years, but like it's sad. I feel like they should get a crazy amount of punishment as same people on IRL, because it's weird. It's just it's pedophilia, literally.
In prison.
A 15-year-old girl in Florida. What? He met her online 2 years ago and met her for... He's 36.
That's so sick, bro.
It's September 27th, 2020, 4 p.m.
Now, real quick though, is it all gonna? I'm foreshadowing. I hope it's not all just PD files. Hopefully, it's something else. Something like I'm not saying. I hope it's not nothing like murder or anything, but like still, all you see on VRChat is mostly pedophile. I'm not gonna hold you. It's kind of sad. Like, Jesus, man.
Yeah, the police arrive at a quiet house in Hernando County. They step inside and head toward the bedroom of the 15-year-old girl.
Oh shit, this is a real entire. Oh nah, they got the FBI. They got SWAT outside.
Living there with her parents.
Oh, that's scary. Like it's in the dark and shit.
Once inside, they open the closet door and they find a man hiding inside. 36-year-old
Ew!
Jonathan Rosmoyne, a Louisiana man with a dark secret. But how did this even happen? It all began in VRChat 2 years prior. Jonathan, 34-year-old back then, was spending time in one of the VRChat worlds when he meets
How dare this nigga wear I forgot his name. What was his name? Frozone? How dare this nigga wear Frozone?
a girl. For our sake, we're gonna call her Emily. At first, everything was harmless. Just two people talking in a virtual world. Emily at first told him though that she was 18 and Jonathan
Alright, this is a little low-key off topic though. Like, you know I'm Frozone. That nigga, I just realized like the Incredibles and obviously Fantastic Four is like compatible. If you think about it, Frozone was really Silver Surfer, just on the good side. If you think about it, I mean, Silver Surfer is not bad nor good, but he's like neutral. But like the thing is, that nigga is, if you really think about it, Frozone is really like Silver Surfer, but the good guy, like guaranteed good guy. You know what I'm saying?
then didn't question it. But what began as a casual conversation slowly became something.
Get this weird
more.
shit
They
away
started
from me.
talking more often, opening up, and before long they had this emotional connection going on. And over time, this connection deepened until it turned into a full-on romantic relationship. Emily
Yikes.
started calling Jonathan her boyfriend. Eventually though, this VRChat digital relationship wasn't enough for them. They wanted
Wait, hold on. So you need to tell me, this nigga was dressed up like this, and like, no, that's actually why this nigga was really dressing up as this, and then he was probably faking his voice too to sound like a little boy or some shit. I don't know how he did it, but he faked his voice. He probably got a voice trainer to fake his voice and stuff, and like this nigga really was looking like fucking like a serial killer, and like he really got away with it. Well, he almost would have got away with it if people didn't if he got locked up and stuff like that. But that's actually crazy to me. That's insane. Nigga really dressed up like this. 36 years old, by the way, and to talk to a 14 or 16-year-old girl. That's insane.
more, and so they made plans to take it to the next level, which was to meet in person. But somewhere along the
And where's the mom? Where's the mother? The mom's nowhere to be found?
way, the truth came out. Emily admitted that she wasn't 18, but 3 years younger. And despite that fact, their relationship didn't
And you think that nigga cares? No, he was gonna.
stop. Jonathan simply didn't care. He
It's-
continued
no,
on,
no,
and Emily continued calling him her boyfriend. August 19th, 2020,
I genuinely wonder though, like, imagine someone in the school or something said, "Hey, do you like? I mean, how you got a new boyfriend? Who is he?" And then they showed him that. Oh. No one tried to confront her.
was the day they actually met up in person. He traveled to an entirely different state just to meet her. And once inside her house, they decided he would start living in her bedroom storage area on and off for the next month.
This guy drove
What?
from Louisiana to Spring Hill, Florida, met her. They hooked up on several occasions since they first communicated.
Whenever her parents were home, he'd squeeze into her closet, keeping quiet and staying out of sight. But the moment they left for work, things changed. When the house was empty, that's when he would come out and they would be alone. By then, they weren't just holding hands and watching movies.
Oh,
He was
hell
her
no.
quote-unquote boyfriend after all. And you can imagine what they did. It came to a point that they even developed a sneaky system. The plan was to keep her door locked, and she would pretend that she was still changing and use that moment to let him slip back into hiding whenever her parents were home. And at other times, he simply stayed in a van parked outside the family's home. And this would go on for more than
And the fact is, she thinks it's okay because she doesn't know any better, and he's manipulating her to think this is okay when it's not okay. That is no.
a month. On September 27th, everything came crashing down though. The girl's parents hear a very suspicious noise coming from her bedroom, and when they walk in to investigate, they find Jonathan, a grown man, hiding in their child's room. Stunned and horrified, the parents obviously pick up the phone and call the police. And
But if this was happening for prior months and months and months or some shit like that, does that mean that this nigga was dead ass? Like, did he do the deed? Like, did he like? Is no like that's crazy.
officers arrest him on the spot. He's hit with multiple serious charges. 4
I'm about to say he literally he did it. He did it. He traveled and met with a minor and then did it sexual acts with her.
accounts of lewd and inappropriate behavior with a minor, obscene communication, and using a computer to lure and travel to meet a child. In the end, Jonathan
But you cannot tell me that you can't go on Tinder to find someone that attracts you, bro. Bro, no.
remains in the Hernando County Jail, held on a $25,000 bond. And once Jonathan's court case actually came to an end, he pled guilty and was sentenced to 15 years in prison.
Only 15? Only 15? Nah, bro. Nah, that nigga needs more than 15 years, bro. To get it, I guarantee that nigga was a different race. That nigga would have probably got more years or some shit like that. But 15 fucking years, my nigga, that nigga deserves more because he was hiding in her bedroom. You don't know how many times they did this shit. It could have been all night. You never know. It could have been all night, all day. Just, like whenever the parents are not gone, like they said, sleep gone. You don't know how long he been doing it. 15 years? It should be more. It should be way more. Double that shit. Triple that. Quadruple it.
But the
Nigga should rot in prison.
consequences don't even end there. He'll also be required to serve 10 years of probation upon release and
Only probation? I don't want that nigga in the house, nigga.
register as an individual with a record of that kind of
I mean, duh. Okay, I thought that was off the bat. That's like obvious that he's gonna do that. The fuck? Like what?
thing, which is a similar thing our next person had an arrest warrant
Another
for.
predator.
Go on to request NSFW photos from the minor, asking for a skirt picture, and then for them to pull the skirt up.
Like,
All
nigga,
knowing they are
what?
16 and he is 23.
Back in 2015, a person called Eric started working at Kmart, a store chain in the United States. Having the role of the electronics department manager, he actually quickly grew attached to the place. He just loved the overall vibe and layout of the store. Now, Eric's love for his workplace grew to such an extent that he actually
Is Kmart, like, this is all topic, but is Kmart still alive and going? Or did they like close down for good? I don't see Kmart's like that anymore. The last time I saw Kmart was when I was back in Jersey. And that was like when I was a little kid before I moved.
started recreating it in 3D using the software SketchUp. It was his own little personal project that he made just because he was passionate about it. In 2018, however, the Kmart that Eric worked at closed down, as did most of the remaining Kmarts.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, a bunch of Kmart's closed, because I don't see them bitches anymore.
But by that time, Eric managed to create a simple, low polygon render of his Kmart. It didn't have any merchandise or detail yet, but Eric just kept going at it. And a year later, by October 21st, 2019, this early version of the Kmart evolved into an actual world that was used in VRChat, the game he became addicted to back in 2017. And he went by the name Eric Cerno.
Hi there, and welcome to VRChat Kmart. I'm Eric, the store manager and creator of this place. What you are standing in is a one-to-one recreation of the real-world Kmart store I used to work at. My goal with this world is to preserve the many memories people had shopping at Kmart in real life, and bring new memories to those who have their first experience of Kmart here in VRChat.
The VRChat Kmart, that was internally still called the main store, had its soft opening as a so-called sleepover map. People were able to join and just hang out. And because the map was based on the store Eric worked.
Wait, so people used to sleep over in VRChat, just like, well, people probably still do that. Do they like do sleepovers as in like they leave their game on and sleep or some shit like that? Is that how it goes, or is it something else, like some way up house to sleep over?
That, which was initially built in 1990.
One VR game I do want to play though, I want to play that Gorilla Tag shit. Because I heard Gorilla Tag is fun as hell.
Two, the VR world also featured retro elements.
Isn't it free too when you first get your VR? Or not? I don't know.
Like the in-store restaurant, the garden shop, and even an auto service center. It even played the era-appropriate music. And the store
I was about to dance, but I can't dance to it because it has a dark meaning to it. Fuck.
was a success, which is why a couple of months later, on December 19th, Eric launched the now called VRChat Kmart Express, a smaller but compatible version for both PC and Oculus Quest players. It was only a third of the size of the main store, but it had all the cozy details that reminded players of the actual Kmart. And this world was an even bigger success. So much so that Eric actually managed to build a team of people working on this Kmart world.
Why you letting this guy impersonate being an employee? You remember hiring this guy?
Works here. Shut your goddamn
This guy does not
mouth.
work
You
here,
don't
bro.
here. Get the
Ain't no way you would hire someone who looks like that.
So I'm assuming he got big and like with him getting big, he became a YouTuber. So was he viral? Was he famous? Cause I didn't know about it. Well, probably because I was in the VR. Cause it's like different for you page. I wasn't into the VR for you page. So was he big back then or some shit? Was he like really big?
Was building a name for himself, and 2021 was the year where the final full-fledged version of this Kmart world dropped. It was called the Super VRChat Kmart Center and had the most detailed features so far. By this time, Eric transformed what began as really just a side project into one of the biggest worlds in VRChat at the time. At its peak, it had over 3,000 dedicated members.
So he was famous basically in the VR world.
Which was basically
virtual
a quarter
reality.
of the game's active player base back then. And this Kmart world would thrive for years to go on, and people would really enjoy the community feeling it had, as well as the overall experience.
Why are you at self-checkout? Is there even self-checkout in the Kmart?
However, behind the scenes, Eric used his power as the owner to take advantage of his team members.
Of course, great job. Of course. Oh yeah, probably making money off. You probably make money off that world too, because I'm assuming if you have a bunch of people in that fucking world, you get make a shitload of money. Oh yes, let me get a bunch of money. Fuck it up by fucking doing weird shit to my employees, aka probably minors. Typical every YouTuber somehow. Not me though, not me. Trust, not me.
Over on Discord, Eric befriended somebody who worked in the virtual Kmart store and played in it quite often. We're just gonna give her the name Alice. Alice wasn't of age, which can be seen by the
I could fucking tell.
way she introduced
I'm sorry, I don't like the way that people like. I don't know. Maybe like people might call me. I don't know, but like I don't like that. Like when people dress as a little kid, I don't like that shit. Like especially whenever it's like, I think that's some type of kink thing too. It's like some weird shit, but like I don't like that. Like people that dress up as kids on purpose, especially in VR chat, like they're little kids and something like that. But you could tell that this person's a kid.
herself to the Kmart Discord server. But despite that fact, Eric would decide to talk to Alice more and more. And unfortunately, it would end up getting to a point where Eric would feel comfortable enough to initiate more
Eric, I don't even know what that stands for.
Explicit.
I'm going to what? I don't understand what that says. Unless he says the F word and something like that. I don't even know what is that word?
Messages, also including photos. Now, Alice never reacted to these disturbing messages, and she never actually initiated any of these behaviors. But Eric would just keep going. And to be honest, these messages are pretty gruesome. And he would also demand pictures of her. Now, the fact that he was talking to her was known by a couple of people in the community, which is why in January of 2024, somebody would decide to step in and confront Eric.
Thank you.
His ex-girlfriend messaged him, giving him the chance to talk about the allegations. But when she messaged him, he just simply implied that she was unnecessarily stirring up drama and denied all of these facts. And this
That's how you know that nigga did it.
This would go unnoticed by the community and the police until May 2024, when everything changed. Lego Man, a very well-respected figure in
That's what I'm like. I don't know if that bro is actually a jit or not, but but like it could be a grown-ass man acting like, I don't know. I just don't like that shit.
24, when everything changed. Lego Man, a very well-respected figure in VRChat and the owner of another very popular VRChat world called Uganda, decided to make a tweet where he said that he and the server would officially distance themselves from Eric. He would tell the world that Eric had actually an arrest warrant for him and allegedly fled the state of Pennsylvania to avoid the arrest, while all of his electronic devices were seized from his home following a raid. But what was this arrest warrant actually for?
Shit.
Well, the arrest warrant was issued for the possession of material, including people.
CP. Wow. Nick probably had probably more than 4 terabytes probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
So combining this,
because he been doing this shit since 2018 all the way it peaked in 2021. Yeah, that nigga probably had 4 terabytes.
With the chat logs that we just talked about, it seems like Eric wasn't the innocent guy he seemed to be, despite him
Nah, totally gonna get that across.
Initially denying all of this,
especially having a little kid as his employee, by the way.
On May 22nd, his fingerprints would be taken and his bail would be set at $55,000. And he would be officially charged with 4 things: owning illicit material, sending illicit material, abuse, and the corruption of people that are not legal. The actual trial is still pending though, so Eric is obviously innocent until proven guilty. The next man did a similar thing, but he actually fully abducted.
Oh my god, they always have the same fucking cut, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. They always have the same fucking cut with this weak ass cut.
His victim.
Hunter Fox needs to turn over the kid.
He looks like a weirdo.
This guy is a predator and also a member of the hobby community.
Abducted by a VRChat friend.
2022.
Wait, what?
Of the hobby community.
Abducted by a VRChat friend. Wow.
It's late November 2022 in Layton, Utah, where the McCarneys live with their normal teen son called Evan. Evan is just an average guy, plenty of friends, plays golf, and spends hours online like most kids in his age. He specifically is often on VRChat, Discord, Roblox, and
wait, what the
even
fuck were they
Twitch.
doing?
He specifically is often on VRChat, Discord, Roblox, and even Twitter.
So typical kid. I wasn't on Twitter when I was a kid. I'm saying this like I'm not a. Well, okay, I'm a kid, but not a kid, because like I just turned 18, so I'm like going into a young adult stage. But you know, like when you're mentally a kid, but you're not a kid, because you have to realize that. So that's how I'm feeling right now, because I just turned 18, so that I'm still got that kiddie thing, but I'm starting to slowly develop I'm realizing that I'm an adult, so yeah, so I gotta like take care of more shit. That's what I'm trying to say.
First, Evan's parents noticed Evan spending more.
But yeah, I wasn't really on Twitter like that. I'm still not on Twitter. I don't know why. Twitter is like premeditated rage, but I'm not gonna hold you, because like sooner or later once you like download Twitter, it's gonna be a void of just rage bait, literally.
More time on online games. He's always on his computer, even isolating himself from all the other people around him. But his mom, Heather, doesn't think much of it. She just figures that it's a normal part of growing up. However, what she doesn't know is that
what the fuck, you fucking creep.
Or someone very disturbing is starting to creep around their son.
Andrea Adams spoke with the mother,
You
and she
fuck.
was saying how her son was talking to this guy through video game and Oculus.
Tadashi Kura Kojima, also known as Aaron Michael Zeman, is a 26-year-old man from Tucson, Arizona.
You need to go to
isn't
hell.
What people call a normal guy. He is a furry, and not just that, but he also posts a ton of explicit images of himself online, sometimes dressed as a furry. Terrifyingly, Aaron also hangs around Discord, Roblox, and of course VRChat. And this is exactly where he meets Evan. Aaron and Evan begin to talk and play together, and they eventually even begin to interact on other platforms like Twitter. They build a connection, you could even say a romantic one, where they eventually decide to go further and communicate on more under-the-radar messaging platforms, including Telegram, where the conversations turn even more personal.
I want to be able to make your life better by giving you something that will make you smile.
Their relationship starts to develop more and more as the days pass, no matter what happens, which could be considered the first red flag. Things are going smoothly for Aaron.
And you send this video to this underage kid. I want to make your life better and make you smile. No uncomfortableness whatsoever by saying this to underage person, by the way.
He builds a connection to Evan, who's obviously not old enough to make wise decisions. That is until a certain someone starts to discover what's really happening behind her son's excessive use of his computer. On the night of November 20th,
I really feel like Roblox, I'm not saying Roblox is much worse, but I feel like when Roblox was back in 2015 or something like that, like it probably is still worse now, but I feel like Roblox also had to run with some crazy shit, allegations and stuff like that with the like a lot of predators shit.
2022, Heather, who's the mom, is getting ready for bed at home when she suddenly finds out that Evan is still using his phone well past the family's agreed lights out time at 8:30 p.m. And so she quickly
did y'all really have a curfew like that? I didn't have a curfew when I was a kid. Like I didn't have I mean, yeah, I had to go to bed like around 10 or something, but I could still be on my phone or something shit like that. I never heard of this curfew stuff. Like screen time. Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. When I just moved to Texas, I hear a lot about screen time. I never knew about screen time at all until like I'm with a text like, what the fuck is screen time? Turns out it's just it's like the thing that your parents can set you by turning off your phone at a certain time. I was like, never heard of that shit before.
She comes inside the room to retrieve the phone, and this is when she
Oh damn, you can't even like watch TV or something, or watch YouTube on your phone or play a game.
suddenly hears them talking to somebody, and after taking the phone away from Evan, she hurriedly brings it to her room. Who is texting him? She says. And when Heather finally opens the phone, she starts getting deeply disturbed by what she found. In one text message, Heather sees that Aaron excitedly told their son that he got a new job in Utah and would be moving there very soon.
Niggas so excited to tell a 15-year-old boy, I got a job. At the apostle age that you are, I got a job at Utah. So excited, by the way.
Soon. And he also asked Evan for his actual location to their house and also the nearby school bus stop, all of which Evan sent over. And after finding out the back and forth messages between the two, they decide to ground Evan and take all of his electronic devices away. However, just 9 days later, they discovered that Evan used a different phone in the house to actually continue talking to Aaron. And at this point, Heather finds out that
so he got a burner phone just to talk to. Okay, so this is bad.
these messages were turning explicit, with Aaron sending Evan explicit videos, and Evan actually replying back with explicit pictures of himself. Evan's parents are sick to their stomach, and they actually decide to contact the National Center
Nah, my heart would drop.
for missing and exploited children, and they also decide to file a police report pulling away their teenage children out of school for a week. They're afraid that something actually might happen to Evan, and just 3 days later, the local police finally petition a state judge for a search warrant to be served to Twitter to get evidence of Evan's exploitation in the platform's records. The search warrant states that the platform has to provide all available information about the account they believe belongs to the suspect. What they don't know, however, is that they're making a huge mistake. They find out that the account name they requested never existed on the platform.
Oh,
Aaron's
shit.
Twitter account was called Hunter Floofy Fox, but the warrant actually requested records from Hunter Fluffy Fox, and this mistake would cause 20 days of delays, which was enough time for Evan and Aaron to talk publicly on Twitter. And this time, Evan actually decided to use his family's VR headset to talk to him. On December 13th, Aaron posted a tweet saying, "Oh my god, I love that man," who's not a man at the time, by the way, but a child. "Oh my god, I love that man. I'm going to spend my life with him. I'm so lucky
You're
to
so
play
fucking
VRChat together
sick,
for
bro.
about an hour today. I heard his voice for the first time since 20th November 2022. This is already the best Christmas. I love you." Evan then replies to the tweet saying, "He's talking about me," in a seemingly enthusiastic tone.
Okay, first of all, Evan, what the fuck you got
Replies
going
to
on?
the tweet saying, "He's
The fuck you got going on right here, my nigga? Like, cut that shit out. The hell? That's fucked up. I'm like, no, bro. What the hell?
talking about me," in a seemingly enthusiastic tone. And seeing Evan's response, Aaron replies, "You, only you, always you, my lamb. I'm yours, all yours, only yours, as long as you'll have me." And their messages become more intimate with each passing day. And Evan's parents actually remain unaware that this is still happening.
We see a lot of these cases, unfortunately, where there's this type of communication going on. Rarely does it escalate.
On December 16th, Aaron posts a tweet out of nowhere saying, "All supplied up now. Hella up to see my man. Oop, I guess I'm a fox after all. Nah, I'm in love. I'll march beside you with my pride, my lamb. I love you with all my heart and soul. You loving You'll be in my arms soon, my love." And the next day, Aaron tweets again, "Damn it all. He's just the sweetest man in existence. I am too unbelievably blessed. I love him so hecking much. You hear that? I love you, Lammy." And another 2 days later,
Yeah, this nigga's a sicko. No, that man, no.
Aaron posts another tweet. "My lamb and I are getting married."
This nigga keeps talking about it like, bro, we get it. We get it. You're a sick fuck that and a weirdo that you wants to marry a 15-year-old. Get it? Like, you don't want to keep fucking saying it. Like, at this point, you just might as well lock yourself up. You self-stitched on yourself that you're a predator.
On the trail. Wee hee hee, I love you, my lamb. Several days pass after that, and on a seemingly normal night, Ken, the father, decides to go downstairs to check on his sons after
Oh no, don't tell me that he kidnapped him.
going to sleep. But his biggest fear actually comes true. This is not right, he says, after opening the door of Evan's room and finding his blinds up and his windows open. Ken quickly climbs out of the window, desperately searching their yard for Evan, but he doesn't find him, and his passport and piggy bank are also missing.
What? Wait, first of all, wait. Why would your son have his passport automatically with him? I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like you should give his passport whenever he's like about to graduate high school or something. Why does he have his passport on him automatically? I mean, hey, some people are different. I'm just saying, like, you gonna give it to him like at 15? What the fuck he needs his passport for at 15? Unless y'all a busy family like that, but still. And first of all, what the fuck? What money does he have in that piggy bank? Does he have an allowance, daily allowance?
The police, telling them that Evan's gone. In a span of 45 minutes, the police arrive, and the family and the police go around the neighborhood searching for any sign of Evan.
That's actually crazy.
The mother, on the other hand, goes to look at the security camera footage of their house. The system.
I wonder, is that actually the mom though? Is that the actual mom of Evan? Or is that just a random picture of a lady that he took from the internet?
Clean. Evan was probably behind that as well, so she goes door to door to ask if neighbors could check their security camera footage as well, but that is to no avail. Eventually, the police decide to issue an Amber Alert, saying that a young boy has gone missing, and Heather actually receives
This is actually real.
thousands of messages from
Mr. Elon Musk, please handle this. And this December 12th, Zeman posts the lyrics to a song from Dora the Explorer titled "I'm the Map." Huh?
people online, helping the family as well as the police find the Twitter accounts of the two. And it isn't until the next day that a report comes through. Someone calls in a suspicious vehicle at a gas station in Grand Island, Nebraska.
So Elon Musk was the owner of Twitter at that time. Why he still hasn't spoken out? Wow.
800 miles from Salt Lake City, and the
Oh my
police
God.
actually start investigating the suspicious vehicle. And lucky for them, Evan is actually in there, safe and alive, and they immediately arrest Aaron.
Alert gas station attendant had actually thought something looked suspicious about the car and these people that were there at the gas station, called the police department, and they responded, looked into it, separated the two of them, and identified our victim in this case as being somebody who we had listed as kidnapped and missing.
The McCartney family is finally back together, while Aaron's life ends up being changed forever. He loses everything, his cell
As he fucking deserves, once again.
phone, gaming devices, and his car. And at the trial, the judge gives him 15 years in prison and a life
He should get more
time of supervised release. This next person though is an active VR content creator with a
Oh wow, that low-key looks creepy as hell with the black eyes.
disturbing past.
The things that I have done should have never happened. I ask forgiveness for God to say I have wronged and I need to be better.
Oh no. No.
Sonic 00 started his YouTube channel back in 2016, and he would actually start streaming quite consistently in 2019, just 3 years later, with his initial username being Sonic the 5th. In his streams, he would begin with
Oh no, he had that one fuck ass PFP that everyone had. Well, not me. I'm talking about everyone else, like those anime girl PFPs and shit.
with a variety of games, ranging from Minecraft, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Sonic of course. But one game would be the most dominant one on his channel,
VRChat.
Give me this! Give me it!
And although it started off as a quite wholesome moment of a person just streaming and playing games, things quickly turned dark. But over the years,
Yo! Whoa, that's insane.
Sonic would start becoming more aggressive with the thumbnails and basically post borderline NSFW on there with titles like VRChat, and this is the very moment he would go way too far. To give you some context, Amanda the Adventurer is a game that went viral in 2023, with Amanda, who's basically the main antagonist the game is built around. Now, Amanda looks like a child, around 9 to 13 years old.
Younger than that?
But Sonic, in one of his streams, decided to make a version of her in VRChat that most definitely wasn't of appropriate nature, if I can put it like that. And this of course sparked major controversy within the community and the people who knew of this, which quickly prompted him to make an apology video.
Like, why?
It's not really a kid, it's a demon, but it looks like one of the wicked people.
Why is he talking like that? What the fuck? You had a voice in on?
I think people think that, and honestly, that's not way to justify at all. It's weird. Okay, no way to justify that. It's weird. Okay.
His first apology though was essentially saying that the character was a demon and just looked like a person who is, you know, not of age, since Amanda in the game can basically transform. But of course that wasn't really a good excuse, and the YouTuber Mro or Meow made a video about this exact situation, and Sonic Owa actually watched it and responded, but he simply defended himself by blaming his mental health, his worldview at the time.
Oh, here we go with the mental health shit. Niggas just be saying that shit just to get out of shit.
And even claimed he was going through a Satanist arc.
What?
I was at my worst time of my life. I was dreadful. I hated everything. I was depressed. I hated. I was like becoming like a Satanist. You know, I was like, God. Satan. I don't care. This is just an avatar. This is just a creation. I'm just gonna go make it. At the end of the day, I was a stupid kid going through a tough time trying to be edgy.
In total, he would apologize for this thing 3 whole times. But despite that, just months later, he would make another Amanda avatar of that caliber and publicly make a Discord post about it. And unfortunately, this isn't even the end of the story. Sonic decided to make multiple Discord servers of inappropriate nature with almost no moderation or verification of age at all. And he also decided to send inappropriate material to people not of age into a group chat, and even admitted to it on video.
Technically, I did. And I don't mean to, because again, all I was trying to do was to send something shock value. Yeah, they was minors, they was like 17.
He basically did it because of shock value.
This nigga's a fucking weirdo.
And similar to creating
these are niggas that you gotta stay away from all times in fucking high school.
not appropriate VR models, he also
these niggas that be I'm sorry, I keep saying these niggas. These are the niggas that be like, they be like, hey, you want my friend? After they say some outrageous shit, and you be like, oh, I don't want to be your friend anymore. But you can't, you gotta leave, because if not, you gotta be out. Is that a dildo, by the way? What the fuck am I looking at right now? That looks like a penis.
Entire VR worlds. He
what
built
is
maps
that?
based on spicy games by using assets from them. And the VR world was supposed to be 18+, which would be fine in itself. As long as everybody involved is an adult, it's all good. But within 4 days after his VRChat world was public, the age limit was dropped to 15+. There were no entry
what is that with
barriers
people
and
winning
no
minors,
filters
bro?
anymore. This prompted VRChat to actually ban his worlds, but his maps would just be re-uploaded by his friends, while Sonic would simply return under different usernames again. And to top it off, Sonic also interacted with a Twitter account known for posting drawn content of characters, again not of age. And they were drawn in a way that you can imagine isn't very appropriate. But according to him, that was merely a coincidence after all.
This was one of my friends named Radio Bloodstar. He was a minor. I followed him because he wanted me
Why does he sound like a kid himself, though? That's what I'm confused about.
to send me a video of him talking to his friends on VRChat. I followed him, and I got it. I didn't unfollow him because, honestly, I didn't need to. Turns out, I'll come back to his shit, his thing, and this child.
He didn't know what the account posted, and it was run by his friend. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of Sonic Owo. But as of right now, in 2025, Sonic has publicly made a final video explaining how he found God and feels regret for all the things he did, saying it is now a new chapter of his life.
I'm sorry for the people I hurt, and I hope that you see me as a better man. And I hope that one day, in your heart, you can forgive me. Be well. God bless you all.
And also on his Twitter, he regularly posts Bible quotes, and it seems like he's turned into more of a wholesome person of himself. Let's all hope
so he was just weird.
This is true for once. This next person, however, ran a whole cult in VRChat and exploited every single member without regret.
I don't roll about my guilt, so I know you might be scared to kill an actual person. It's up to you, but I know for a
Niggas like this deserve to get bullied at school. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Bring back bullying.
I'm doing it again. It's too fun.
Like what?
It's late August 2022, and a YouTuber by the name of Brandon FM drops a video exposing a cult disguised as a guild on VRChat. It's called the Dark Guild, and it all began with a single person, a trans woman named Alyssa Afton. In early 2021, the so-called Dark Guild, a VRChat community, springs to life under the leadership of Alyssa, and it starts off looking just like an ordinary fantasy roleplay group, with a Discord server and meetings held through their VRChat worlds. Now the Dark Guild actually grows in size relatively quickly, and new people just keep joining, and due to that fact, Alyssa manages it by splitting the groups into regions, like the European sector, where members can lead their own server for European users. And not long after, the guild welcomes users of all ages to hang out and chat in a friendly and safe environment. But with many innocent and young users joining, thinking it's a fun place to be in, they don't realize they've stepped into something they'll regret for the rest of their lives. Upon being invited in the guild by Alyssa, a contract is given to them to sign, and it states once they do, they're part of the Dark Guild for their entire lives. The guild's problems become theirs, and theirs become the guild's, and they're actually asked to help find missing people, not just characters in a game, but real people.
They want you to find real people in real life, and they want you to hurt them in real life.
People who've gone missing in real life. Some cases that have actually been abandoned by the real police. And the members of the guild are given two ways to help. They can either work behind the scenes by doing things like doxing people and digging up their usernames and addresses, or they can help in the field by tracking down the so-called criminals in real life.
So they're vigilantes. How did this go bad? So they basically wanted to help. They wanted to help people be found and stop criminals. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but like but if I'm reading it like this, and if it is true, they wanted to help people be found, and they wanted to stop criminals. So basically, they're vigilantes. So how did this get bad?
Either to get arrested or to actually end them. And Alyssa
end them. Okay, that's how it got bad. Basically, they wanted kids to murder people.
Expects full commitment, with a contract saying that they must give their life and soul for the sake of the guild. And there's also this thing called the yearly guild games, which the members are forced to join.
His name is Honi Ryu, by the way. And these are the niggas, yeah, nah.
Their mission is to recruit new members and stay loyal as things get inevitably darker. And there's even a promise of getting paid by the guild, but only if they prove that they're useful. Now,
what money do you have?
A lot of underage users sign the contract thinking it's harmless.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these getting kids of bro, VRChat only be I mean, it'd be some grown people, I guess, but majority of the people are like underage kids, so they be manipulating them kids to be doing whatever they want.
And at the end of the day, it is, since the contract isn't actually a legal one. But because of their age, they don't really know that. Months pass after the guild's foundation, and while the guild looks like a fun hangout place, on the surface, multiple users are already being exploited and manipulated by Alyssa behind the scenes. At first, she decides to talk to a couple of them in private, a lot, and over time, these conversations get more explicit. Morning, cutie. I'm home alone. Now send... Excuse me? You heard me, lol. What? And that is not the only time she demanded such things. It gets to a point where Alyssa manipulates them into sending videos and engaging.
Here we go with this bullshit. Like, why do y'all do this?
In inappropriate activities with her on VR. Now you have to keep in mind, Alyssa is a full-grown.
But what does it say? Basically, I can do like a minute or two, something like that. I want to see it all the way to the point that is going to take more than 5 minutes. Then I'm fine with that. How about I call you when my sister is gone, but I want a video? Okay, then video it is. Yay. Now, me reading this, by the way, to you, that made you feel uncomfortable, right? So why would he, like, he probably wasn't thinking about this, but if he would have read this back to him, knowing that this is an underage child, that he's not uncomfortable about it, he's sick, he's a monster. Because, like, what the hell? And this happened in 2021. I was like, that was my freshman year of high school. Yeah, I was so this nigga's a grown ass man right now. So if he was 18 in 2021, he would have been, he's probably like 20 something. Damn.
adult doing this.
Sick bastards.
Following this, she takes another user as a victim of her predatory behavior, demanding that they participate in an inappropriate roleplay, also known as an ERP, and she even holds wedding ceremonies in the guild, leaving.
Now I heard of role plays as in like GTA RPs and stuff like that, but people be actually be having these the role plays and stuff in our I didn't know they be doing that shit. But then again, I'm not surprised because you remember that one video that we watched of that girl was with that one dude in the Discord chat and fucking saying some outrageous stuff. So I'm not really surprised.
Almost everyone confused about why she's marrying guild members right in front of them, considering their age. But since their leader always
so that's even worse.
Acts this way, people start to see it as normal, at least inside their little bubble, which is the guild itself. And somebody who used to be inside the guild even reveals that Alyssa tried to be violent.
I don't understand why they're doing it like this though. Like they're like gonna sit down and censoring VR faces. Like my nigga, it's VR. It's not like they can know your real identity unless they I can understand they like censor your username, but like they're treating this shit like, oh god.
In VR, she pressured the informant to develop phantom touch, which lets someone feel the sense of touch in VR. And she did that so she could hurt them online. But it
the fuck is the phantom
there.
touch?
She claims that she ended 5 lives herself. And whether it's true or not, it doesn't really matter. The claim alone terrifies the members to a point that some of them start to fear Alyssa and regret ever joining the guild. And this would go on for quite a while until in early 2022.
So she basically scared a bunch of kids, basically manipulating them to thinking that they really did some dumb shit. Basically what happened was you know them niggas that be like, I'm gonna boot you offline or some shit like that, and like they don't really boot you offline, and like it just gets to the point where they manipulate you to be their friend or something like that when they say they're gonna boot you off for Call of Duty or something. So basically, she's just a weirdo. Well, she's a pedo, a weirdo, and so on and so forth. And a cult member, a cult leader.
Some of Alyssa's victims reach out to Brandon, who made the video about it. And he eventually actually goes undercover and exposes the whole guild. And after millions of people watch the video and see Alyssa's behavior, the Discord server gets deleted and the guild itself eventually disappears. This next person is probably one of the most disturbing people out there.
I do not have a...
I could tell that he or she is a weirdo because of the way she's not saying all furries are like this, but I'm just saying like this is
thing for humans. I am more attracted to dogs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck, niggas a zoophile? Like, what the hell, my nigga? Like, what? Can we not just love and treat people with just like, why do you like? You can love a dog, but not love a dog. Like, what the hell? Like, you can what?
This is Hypnotist Sam.
I'm not keeping you near my fucking no.
Also known as Valerie. At the time, she was...
I gotta hide my dogs and my kids for these weirdos now. Great.
A 21-year-old, relatively small content creator in the furry community. And in the summer of 2021, she would start making content in VRChat, doing hypnosis or quote-unquote therapy sessions.
Is he dead ass?
Therapy sessions ranging from group sessions with multiple people to
and niggas was really listening to it.
Within these sessions, some would be appropriate and safe for work, and some would be very non-safe for work. According to herself, she would often go up to people in VRChat and purr, kiss, and tease them without much regard, because according to her, she has a very affectionate personality, making a lot of the people around her uncomfortable. She, however, would take the innocent therapy sessions and upload them on her YouTube channel, which is how she was able to grow her following. This was Sappho on the surface level though, just a VRChat person doing...
The thing is, but niggas was really vibing with this shit too. Like she like niggas was really vibing with this. Like they was fucking with this shit.
Hypnosis. Behind the scenes though, she would meet Gray over VRChat somewhere between July and September. A teenager who most...
I'm a guess that was 14, 15, or 16. And every case is always a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, and I don't know why, but they just keep... It's just annoying.
Definitely wasn't of age.
Literally.
They first started talking more regularly on Discord after they met on VRChat, but as time passed, it would escalate to them cuddling on...
What the fuck? Why do you, when you talk, as soon as they go, they didn't even, I'm stuttering. That's how I'm shocked I am. Like, see, fuck, that hits different. Night, Night pup. Mama is gonna spoil. Like what?
Online, where she would position herself in the role of a mother within their Discord chats and on VRChat. And unfortunately, it would not stay at cuddling sessions. These VR
Like, is we dead
meetups would
ass?
turn inappropriately really quickly, and considering Gray's age, this was very disturbing. Fortunately though,
Is
as
we dead
time
ass?
passed, Gray eventually realized what was going on. I mean, it was kind of borderline illegal, and so he decided to report the situation to the admins of the specific VRChat world they visited. And since there was plenty of footage that I can't be showing backing this up, Sappho would not only be banned from the worlds in VRChat, but would also be permanently banned on the
The fact that he
VRChat
can't show
Discord.
it, that means
And
it's
I wish I could
horrendous.
say this would be the end, but it's far from it. Following this ban, Sappho decided to create her own Discord server, with one of the Discord channels being solely dedicated to drawn images of animals in
Oh,
an
God.
inappropriate way. One of the mods, called Matcha Tiger, decided to confront Sappho on this, essentially asking if she was a person who was attracted to animals. But she would go on and say that she only respected the community as a quote-unquote therapist and doesn't think of it as anything wrong. After Matcha decided to come out with this chat and leak their conversation, Sappho decided to come out herself with her own statement. On September
I'm scared.
11th, 2021, Sappho would post a video titled "Coming Out About Things," which was a 36-minute rant where she admits to being attracted to animals. And she tries to justify her love for animals by comparing it to the LGBTQ community, saying that they used to be much less
No.
accepted than nowadays, which was the same for her,
No.
which is of course not the best comparison since animals can't consent. This
Zoop fried?
video would gain her a ton of backlash from all corners of the internet, including the furry community. But Sappho wouldn't step down and make an apology video, but she doubled down instead. Skipping over her response music video to the haters, she would start an organization called Engagement for Tolerance and Acceptance North America, short ZNA, a group that was supposed to act as a safe space for people like her to
So safe face for people being a zoophile. That's fucking sick. No, y'all now all deserve to go to jail.
meet and talk. But this organization would crumble less than 2 months later due to somebody within the group laundering the donation funds into their own wallet. And this still wouldn't be the end of Sappho's journey though. You gotta know, Sappho first denied all the allegations of being attracted to people not of age and doing
That's a lie.
stuff with them. But on December 13th, Sappho
Oh no, I'm not a predator, but I do like animals. The fuck?
would admit on Twitter to being a MAP, which stands for Minor Attracted Person, by making multiple posts saying that the age of consent is an iffy thing. Not surprisingly, this would lead to her Twitter account being suspended, while she would later also be caught talking inappropriately to other people not of age, including exchanging explicit images and voice messages. Now, according to Sappho herself, the reason why she is the way she is stems from her troubling childhood, where her stepfather
Oh, here we go. We're gonna use that type of scandal and shit. Even if that is a true, that's no excuse to be making other people's lives traumatic. But yeah, I hope y'all liked the video. Like, subscribe. Definitely check out this person. He's a W. He low-key had me entertained for the whole 39 minutes, because I was skeptical at first, like, damn, do I really want to react to a 39-minute video? But I was like, low-key, he made it more entertaining for me and stuff like that. But definitely like, subscribe, check out him. Comment down below if you want to see more content like this, and until the next time, peace.